And today, guys, the newest Bedrock Beta 1.19028 or 29 in preview, new music disc fragments, and some changes to the Warden. Stay tuned and let's discuss. Hey there, guys, Skippy here from Skippy6 Gaming, guys, coming to you with my second video in this day because we have a new beta. Guys, if you enjoy this sort of content, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel where we do all the beta update videos and regular update videos every single day. So yeah, here we go. This one's kind of new and different. We have a new music disc. I'll play it for you after we go over the changelog and disc fragments. Pretty much mix them together to make a whole disc in a crafting table. You know the drill. There's been also some changes to the Warden. So it starts with this tweet from J Megaspud right here. It's on its way out. It has all the stuff I just told you about, and mobs can no longer spawn on buttons. Fixing a mob farm, yay ha. So let's just go to the changelog right here. It's not too long, and then we'll do the disc and look at the Warden and the disc fragments after that one. So it's right here, Minecraft Bedrock Beta Preview. If you don't know how to join the beta, there's a video in the description, or you can join the preview if there's slots for you. Expectator Mode has been kind of thrown in here. There is now a toggle button, basically. We were getting it before by using Game Mode 6. But now there is a toggle button. It's easy as that. Mobs no longer flee from players in spectator mode, and spectator mode will no longer trigger tripwire traps. So the actual changes is music disc 5 added disc fragment 5 and music disc 5. Unlike other discs, it can only be obtained by finding and crafting 9 disc fragments together. These disc fragments can be found rarely in ancient city chests. So if those ancient city chests weren't good enough, now you can get 1/9 of a record in there. How awesome is that? Sarcasm. And yeah, Warden changes. Some changes have been made to the Warden's ranged attack. When using the ranged attack, the vertical knockback now respects directionality. It will now bypass shields and armor and has custom death message. It has 10 damage instead of 30 damage, and the cooldown has been reduced from 5 seconds to 2 seconds. And basically faster and weaker. And yeah, Wardens now drop a single skull catalyst upon death, which is, you know, pretty much valueless. Warden now increases anger, 10 for non-frequent projectiles and 35 for frequent when being distracted by them. Warden now reacts to non-arrow type projectiles. Warden can now correctly be distracted by non-arrow projectiles. Warden now gets angry at all mobs it bumps into. How awesome is that? So this guy's being such a pain here. Actually, let me do this for 1 second. For some reason, it just doesn't want to give me the right sheet that I want. It keeps going to the next. So Skulk changes. Skull Catalyst and Shriekers now have the same blast resistance as on Java. Restores some Skulk related sounds that were missing. Skulk Shriekers sound is now categorized properly as a block sound. The Skulk Sensors activation and deactivation sounds are now also categorized as that. Skulk Sensor now can properly detect player using a fishing rod. The Shrieker no longer exhibits Z fighting on any faces when held in hand or in place of item frames. Excuse me. Piston will not be able to push Skulk, Shrieker, Sensor, or Catalyst. So, immovable. Cracking animation no longer appears around tendrils while missing Skulk Sensor. So, Mangrove Changes. This is the new biome. Mangrove Propagule no longer fertilized indefinitely. The mangrove trees no longer grow if the area above them is obstructed. They did some technical stuff with merging right there. Mangrove wood and log types now properly prevent leaf decay. Brought mangrove tree foliage into parity with Java Edition. Fixed an issue where mangrove trees were generating without logs in the branches. Fixed a bug that caused most of the mangrove wood blocks to be unaffected by fire. Non-mangrove saplings can now grow into full trees when bone mealed on mud. Mangrove leaves now drop leaf blocks when harvested by shears. Campfires and smokers can now be crafted out of all variants of the mangrove. And yeah, alley changes. It's possible to take a stackable item from the alley and add it to an existing stack. Alley now has a new throw sound. Frog changes, guys. Frogs will no longer have trouble pathfinding on mud blocks. They put in some new pathfinding for that, and they fixed a bug where the frog's mouth Z-fights with their head. So I guess Z-fights is like a graphical glitch. That's kind of what that is right there. Froglight changes. It's now correctly dropped when destroyed by a tool. It now has the correct map colors, and the block has the correct breaking time. Gameplay changes. Mobs no longer spawn on buttons again. Amethyst clusters can no longer be placed on top of Skulk Shriekers and other blocks with no top support. and can be placed on blocks with bottom support as intended. Fixed a bug where an undamaged tool like a pickaxe, when name changed on an anvil, will fail to correctly used for the first time, so you can't use it properly. The recipes for minecart with chest hopper TNT are now shapeless, and that means you can put them anywhere in the grid. And fix an issue where taking large fatal damage with the absorption effect could cause soft lock. So vanilla parity changes. Shulkers are now fire immune. Shulkers now remain in upright position in vehicles like boats, I guess, and minecarts. Shulkers no longer fall or fail to spawn when there is another shulker at relative negative Y and X axis. Changes to touch controls is the player can now slide from movement directions to jump and not get interrupted when jump and sneak are swapped on the classic touch controls. Graphical changes fix sun direction, not updating in RTX worlds. Trader llamas can now breed after being fed hay bales. Trader llamas will no longer be persistent after being unleashed from the wandering trader, so I think they'll leave. Stability and performance changes fixed a crash which could occur when trading with a villager that last traded with a disconnected player. Fixed a crash that would occur in villages on iOS. User interface changes, guys. Fixed a bug where items can be dropped by clicking the dark gray area of the left side of a player inventory when using a furnace, blast furnace, smoker, all that stuff. Featured servers message is no longer centered. Command changes, guys. Added the replace entity overload to the / command. And also, guys, technical changes. I'm not going to read those. There's more even. I didn't put them on the screen. You can go ahead and use the changelog in the description below if you want to check them out for yourself. And that brings us here. So the easy way to look at this one is the first big major change, guys, right here is these music discs. So this guy here, I'm going to put him in the background and maybe you can hear it, that'll be good. But there's a lot more kind of, sound to it. If you can't hear it over me, that's okay. I'll tell you about these fragments. These fragments right here, basically now you're going to have to go into a crafting table. And then you take them. Okay, I guess you're going to need all of them. But basically now you're going to find the fragments. And then you get the music disc. How easy is that? It's super simple. I'm not sure that, I don't even take the discs out of the chest when I'm playing Minecraft. To be honest, they're kind of garbage. Unless you're trying to get that first enchantment or the first achievement. So yeah, it's not really for me in that sense. But in addition, we also have... disc, and then shulkers and fire. So yeah, so I guess shulkers are now fireproof, I think is what they were basically trying to say. Yeah, basically shulkers are now fireproof. Easy as that. Simple. So the last change, I guess we can go down here. I made a little hole in the ground right here, and we'll go check it with our night vision. I didn't want to put night vision on for the whole video this time because it was like kind of annoying. And yeah, so there is warden changes now, I guess, basically down here. And yeah, so it is still kind of dark. There's kind of warden changes going on here. The warden basically a lot weaker now, or it's not a lot weaker, but it attacks more frequently. And there's a whole nother portal frame over there. Is that, man, super cool. I guess I can't really make it any brighter if I'm already eating my night vision. Oh, wow, super weird. Yeah. So everything's nice and simple. This one looks pretty cool. I guess if we look down here, you're going to be able to see some fragments. I'm not sure if they're actually in. Wow, that's a pretty beefy one. I think they're trying to sneak, like people don't really want that sneak that much. I feel like, an enchanted golden apple is still like better. So there we go. We got catalyst, we got a hoe, we got this stuff. Let's go over here and then take a look. So we got our amethyst shards. I don't know, guys. You know what? There's still some area of opportunity for these guys. That's about it. The warden's going to have a different attack. That's really it. I'm not going to show it. Guys, don't forget to smash that like before you go. Don't forget as well to subscribe to my channel for, yeah, cool tutorials, updates, let's play stuff. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.